Hello everyone, my name is Aaron Short. Welcome to my YouTube channel, yeah. Let me know where you're watching from. I'm just going to take the reverb off my voice and I'll just tell you what I'm doing here today. All right, so I got the Sheeran looper and wasn't sure what to do, so I thought I would just go live and talk about my initial thoughts. And for some reason you can't see the screen at all anymore. Not sure what happened there. That could be a problem. Anyway, yeah, I got some thoughts on it. I don't know, I'm just gonna jam for a bit, and I wanted to be comfortable. It's so hot. It's raining outside here where I am, and it's so hot and humid. The heater's on, and it's raining, so I want to be comfortable. So I'm just gonna jam a bit, and then I'm gonna take the mic off and put the thing full screen and show you the different options on it with the phone, and then just give my initial impressions really. So talk amongst yourselves. And all the reverb is coming from the quad cortex. Nothing, the pedal is just a looper. There's no effects in this one, okay? No reverb in the pedal. What was that? I pulled into Nashville, Tennessee. You don't even come around to see me. Since you're heading up to Carolina, you know I'm gonna be right there behind you. And I always have to steal my kisses from you. 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 Now I love to feel that warm southern rain. Just to feel it fall is the sweetest sounding thing. To feel it fall on your simple country dress. It's like heaven to me, I must confess. But I always have to steal my kisses from you. 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 Yes, I do. love to feel that warm southern rain. Just to feel it fall is the sweetest sounding thing. Feel it fall in your simple country dress. It's like heaven to me, I must confess, that I always have to steal my kisses from you. 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 So I'm not sure what that thing was at the start there. There might be user error. Maybe I didn't clear the loop before. So let me just see here. If you hold down on it, it's deleted. Let me just try again. Okay, it says ready. Oh, I didn't say that before. I don't think I cleared the loop before. Man, I never had that happen with a looper before. If that happened at where are you, over here? If that happened at a gig, that would be horrible. But I think it was user error. So don't panic, everybody. I do have the latest firmware on here as well. I'm just going to do a quick test to make sure it was me and not the pedal. Yep. Okay, good. There we go. Yeah. Remember before the screen was, you couldn't read it? That was my fault. You couldn't read the screen. That's because it wasn't ready. So here we go. When it says ready, it's ready to loop. It's ready to use. So make sure the screen says ready before you use it. Okay. So as you can see, two foot switches. We've got the play and record on the left, the stop on the right, hold stop to delete, as usual. Green means ready to go. Ready is on the screen. I love the screen. I'll talk about that later on. You've got level for instrument, mic, and main. I assumed you could send two outputs out as guitar and voice separately, so I can process them separately in the mixer. You can't do that. It was driving me crazy. I was like, why is everything on one channel? So you can send stuff out in stereo, in dual, mono, or split, but split sends this signal, the unprocessed looping signal, to the board, and then the loop. I don't really understand that. On the TC, I know, forgive me, I'll talk about TC a lot today, but on the TC stuff, you can send out your voice to one side and your guitar to one side. And I think that includes the loop as well. But I might be wrong because I never normally do that. I wanted to do that today for the live stream. So that is one thing to bear in mind. You're sending one signal out of this thing. So you, as far as I'm aware, you can't, like, if you loop and send out the guitar and the voice separately, I'm not sure how you process them. I might be missing something. Remember, this is the first version of the firmware, and what do I always tell people? Never buy never buy something on the first day it's released, which is exactly what I did. But regardless, bear that in mind. So I am guilty of coming from the TC Helicon background because that's what I use. But with the TC Helicon, you can process the guitar and the voice and the pedal and then send them out to separate channels of the PA. On here, I'm not able to do that. Everything was on one channel, which isn't what I was expecting to happen. Also, there's no tuner, there's no effects, there's no reverb, there's no EQ. This is a looper. To be fair, it says Sheeran looper. It doesn't say multi-effects. So this one has no effects. The big one has all the effects, all the crazy stuff, and a tuner. I do wish there was something in the middle of the two, because the big one is £16, this one is £3. I'd like a bit more control than what this offers. Having said that, I do like the foot switches. They feel really nice. I do like the, well, one thing to bear in mind is they're pretty high off the ground. So with the other pedals, I can kind of keep my heel on the floor and I can use it. I can on this one, but it's much higher up. So you got to get used to that. The pedal itself is higher up. So bear that in. Like right now, I've got my heel on the ground using my big toe, and I've got ugly feet. And the reason I'm not wearing shoes, I hate when people don't wear shoes, but I want to be able to press that encoder with my foot. That's why. So that is something to get used to. Although they feel lovely, they are further off the ground than like a TC Helicon. So you're gonna have to get used to that. Okay. Big one also doesn't have enough outputs to separate instruments. Really? I thought the big one had 4 outs. No, 4 ins and 4 outs? Because that for me is a bit of a problem. I don't use it, but I can see other people not liking that. And then I'm going to show you the actual effects later on. But basically, when you hold down the big knob on the left, that's all your options. I'm going to go through those once I've played a couple more songs. But no, it's good. So far, I'm impressed, but I'd like to see the firmware add more things, and you're going to need to use more things with it. So if you're looking for a looper, it's cool. How does it compare to the Boss 500? That's got more advanced stuff in it from the gate, out of the gate, but this is a nice thing to use. The selling point for this is those foot switches. If you don't mind them being slightly higher off the ground, they do feel really nice. Let me just give a test. Very smooth, there's no glitch. Let's let it run for a bit and see. Sometimes loopers go wrong over time. Let's see if this maintains its consistency. Yeah, it's good. It's good. So this is a regular looper right now. The left button is going to record and play and overdub. You can change whether it goes. So you can change when you record when you press the button on the left again, if that goes straight to an overdub or straight to play and then press again to overdub. That's in the settings. You'll see that later. And the right button is stop. And you can also keep it held down. It will delete the loop, which I really like. So I've been checking for all these little things. All the basics are there that I like. Does it bother me it says Sheeran? Yeah, ask questions, by the way, and ask me to try stuff with it. It's funny, some people online have said they want to cover the Sheeran. The Sheeran is very in your face. I can see it right now on the screen. Also, when you turn the pedal on, it also says Sheeran. So, you got to be an Ed Sheeran fan. I mean, are there any loopers out there that aren't Ed Sheeran fans? I mean, he's one of the best. Whether you like the music or not, or whatever, he is technically. You can't argue he's technically an incredible musician and looper. You can't deny that. So I don't know, but it is very obviously on the pedal more so than any other pedal I've ever seen. I can't think of any other pedals that have someone's name that much. But let me just try something. So this is like regular 2-button looper mode. There is a mode where you have the 2 loops separate, which I've got a few things to say about, but I'll show you that. But basically, this is your 2-button looper. So once again, press the button on the loop on the left when you're ready. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Button on the right will stop. And then play. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. hold it down and it deletes it. Yeah, so remember, that's where I messed up earlier. I didn't see it say ready on it. I do like that. As much as I want to still recommend the Boss RC500 for its more advanced features than at the moment, this doesn't have those at the moment. Maybe they could add them. The screen is way better on this. The screen on this is awesome. And look at that. You can see, especially it's even better in real life. When I step back, it says ready. It looks bad on YouTube, because on YouTube it's my phone plugged into the computer through YouTube. In real life, fantastic screen. Not a touch screen on this one, but a fantastic screen. Very easy to see. I love that. So much better than the RC500, but the RC500 is so much more configurable, if you know what I mean. Can you import loops? Yes, I did that. So I actually plugged it into the computer, selected USB in the menu, and it brings it up as a hard drive. Now, here's the thing with this. You get all the tracks, all the slots, 1 to 100, 1 to 1, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way up to 128. You can't name them. You can only drag in one loop. This is a 2-track looper, so how come you can only bring in one loop? On the Boss, you get loops A and B. So that's weird. You drag the loop in. It's also got to be the right settings, the right 44.1, not 48. There is an application to convert it, but it'd be nice if it did that by itself. But anyway, you just convert it and then bring it in. I did that. It was absolutely fine. There's no weird glitches or anything. Importing is fine, so that's good. Make sure I breathe when I'm talking here. So that's all good stuff. And one thing I notice is there's no way to change the level of that loop when you import it. So that's a problem. You're going to have to level match your loops before you import them. And then it does show you on the screen the name of that loop. So at least you could name that, shape, S of U, shape. You can't do shape of U, I guess, too long, but you could call that shape for shape of U loop. And I've got one. I'm gonna demo it next. It's pretty cool. So don't be mean, but put tape over the name. When you turn it on, you see the name as well. So it says Sheeran when you turn it on the screen. So there's no getting away from that. Hey, I think it's fine. Hats off. I'm not gonna take my hat off because my hair hasn't been styled yet, but hats off to Ed Sheeran for doing something new. I was walking around NAMM when I was at NAMM last month, and I was saying to everyone, where are the products for the singers? Where are the products for the guitarists? Where are the loopers? It's all guitars and acoustic guitars, electric guitars, bass guitars, amplifiers. There was nothing for me. Well, okay, I like that stuff too, but it's this, I bet, I don't know if they waited for this, if they were still finishing it. Like I said, never buy something day one. Always wait at least 2 months before you buy something. Get that latest firmware thing. But this is pretty stable, I'll admit. It's working nicely. I'm impressed with it. I think it's great. It's great to have another option for loopers on the market. Does it do everything that I want it to do? No. Does it even come close to replacing the Voice Live 3 Extreme? Not at all. I'm still waiting for that product. But this is really cool. And this will get more people into looping for sure. So there's definitely I've already got a list of things that could be done to improve this thing. For me, maybe not for you, but for me, there's already a list of things. I mean, for example, how do I scroll through the different patches, the different loop presets and banks? Can't do it. There's only 2 buttons, right? There's not even physical buttons like on the Boss where you can reach down and go up to the next one. So this needs to be paired with a MIDI controller. If you pair this with a MIDI controller, this will be really powerful. So if you had like a TC, if you can find a Voice Live Touch that has MIDI control, which I actually made this rig before. I made it with the Boss, but with the Voice Live Touch, it had MIDI and this and a MIDI controller, you could do some really cool stuff. Can you do that stuff on the Voice Live 3 anyway? Yes, you can. So there's a few things here. I like the fade out. Look, I've got an effect programmed here as a fade out, so check this out. However, that didn't fade out at the right point. There's no way to change the length of the fade out as far as I can see. So here's the thing. So it's a bit arbitrary, this thing. I think if you're new to looping, I'm always looking for a looper to recommend to beginners. I would definitely recommend this to anyone that wants to get into looping. It's fun, it's robust, it's easy to use, it's accurate. Oh, that's where I messed up before. I faded it out and didn't reset it. That's why now it says ready. That's okay. So that thing at the start of this video was my fault. Okay. Always make sure it says ready. Okay. So 90% of demos only set up one loop, no real verse chorus. Well, we can do that now. I'm going to show you. I've imported a loop. So let me just bring it in. So I just went to, I held down the button, I went to load, I loaded in the only slot I have, which is loop 10. Unfortunately, there's nothing on it to tell me what it is. All right, I need, with this beautiful screen at the top, it should say the name of the loop, or you should be able to rename that folder 10 to shape of you, and at the very top, it should scroll along shape of you. That is very important, because how do I know what song this is? You'd have to have a piece of paper in front of you with 1 to 125 on it, or 1 to 1, whatever it's 124. You'd have to have that sheet of paper with like slot 10 shape of you. Now you have to do that on the Boss RC500, but that's because that doesn't have a very good screen. Actually, can you put? No, you can put a name on there, I think. Yeah. Well, anyway, there's no way to put text on this one at all, and that's a big miss right now. So check this out. I'm going to put my reverb back on. Hang on. I can't play without reverb. Let me try that again. And that's too much reverb. Yeah, there we go. So I got to be careful because that loop is, I thought it was 4 bars and it's 8 bars. So they are independent, but I was overdubbing, not recording to the other track. So what you do is you play it, you double tap, it brings you to B. You'll see B light up, and then you record over there, and then it will be. But you know, check this out. So now it's over on B. See, it went from A to B, so now B's ready. I want to delete that guitar. Try again. So I'm going to hit play, and then I'm going to jump over to B and record it on B only once through, and it should then play it twice through. Right? Oh no, I'm in the wrong mode. No, is that right? Huh. Let me see. Yeah, I'm in the right mode. That's why there's 2 loops. Okay. So it's playing, now I'll jump over to B. So now I'm ready to record on B, once it gets to the end, which you can see on the screen. And now it should keep going the whole way through. Yeah, because even though the loop is longer, the other loop has doubled itself to match the first one. Club isn't the best place to find a lover, so the bar is where I go. Me and my friends at the table doing shots, drinking fast, and we talk slow. The more and start the conversation with just me, and trust me, I'll give it a chance now. Take my hand, stop the venom on the jukebox. We start to dance, and now I'm singing like, girl, you know I want your love. Your love was handmade for somebody like me. Come on now, follow my lead. I may be crazy, don't mind me. Say, boy, let's not talk too much. Grab on my waist and put that body on me. Come on now, follow my lead. Come on now. I'm in love with the shape of you. Okay, that's the first thing I noticed. When I stop a loop, it stops both the loops. I don't know if you can stop just the one loop without the MIDI control, or even if you can do it with the MIDI control. So although there's two loops here, it doesn't feel like it, because in the folder, when you load it onto your computer, there's only one loop, and when I want to stop a loop, it stops both of them. You can delete them individually, but you can't just stop one, so how are you going to do an arrangement if you have to stop everything? You could do, I guess you could do undo, but I was hoping stop would only stop the loop that was just, you know, I wanted those drums. The drums should have kept going, and they didn't. Everything stopped. I'm in love with the shape of you. You push and pull like a magnet do. Although my heart is falling too. I'm in love with your body, yeah. Last night you were in my room, and now my bed sheets smell like you. Every day discovering something brand new. I'm in love with your body, oh wow, oh wow, oh wow, oh wow. 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 I'm in love with the shape of you. One weekend, we let the story begin. We're going out on our first date. You and me, thrifty, good, all you can eat. Fill up a bag and I fill up a plate. We talk for hours and hours about the sweet and the sour. How your family's doing okay. Calling, getting a taxi and kissing the backseat. Tell the driver, make the radio play. And I'm singing like, girl, you know I want your love. Your love was handmade for somebody like me. Come on now, follow my lead. I may be crazy, don't mind me. Say, boy, let's not talk too much. Grab on my waist and put that body on me. Come on now, follow my lead. Come on now. The problem is, if it stops everything, you've got to have really good timing, because you've got no sense now of what the beat. There's no headphone out, there's no click track, so it's fine, but you've got to be really in time. On my looper, I have a click, so I know when to come back in. I gotta guess. Ooh ah ooh ah ooh ah ooh ah, go back. Ooh ah ooh ah ooh ah. Be my baby, come on. Come on, 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 be my. Undo that one. Let's see if I undo it. Yeah, undo works. That's good. Be my baby, come on, be my baby, come on, be my baby, come on, be my baby, yeah. Come on, be my baby, come on, be my baby, come on, be my baby. So that's what I've noticed there. Really good stuff. Again, make sure you hold down to clear. That's also going to clear the loops I brought in, unfortunately. And to get it back, you have to reload that slot again. It will come back again. Yeah, so that was all awesome. I like this real-time review. This is cool. So basically, I plugged in the guitar and the mic. I've set the mic level on there and the instrument level on there, which is kind of like your gain and your level. They're not separate, I don't think, unfortunately. You can see on there that the green light is giving me my level on the right, on where the bars are underneath where it says mic and line, instrument, mic and main. Main is volume out. So you can't set the gain of the mic and then the level of the mic. On the RC500, you've got the sliders you can reach down and change the volume of the track that's playing in real time. Like I said, there's nothing on here. Basically, once you've set your levels, which is also your gain, so you can't exactly mess with them too much, because the gain and the level are in one knob. This is basically plug and play. You set the levels, you get an overall level. So obviously, set the voice first, so it's not clipping. Set the guitar just below the voice, make sure it's not clipping. Set your main to a decent level, so it's not clipping your desk. Use those two awesome foot switches, choose the mode that works the best for you, and just get on with it. If you want the granular stuff, I don't see it here at all. So with the RC, I keep comparing it to the RC500 and the Play Acoustic. They really are the only other two things on the market. But I mean, Play Acoustic, you've got reverb, you've got EQ, you can separate the loops of instruments out to different channels. You can plug in a switch 6 and add six extra buttons without messing around with MIDI. Okay, that doesn't have MIDI, but you don't really need MIDI when you got the switch 6. It would be nice to have seen an external foot switch for this with 6 buttons, because imagine if I had 6 buttons and could do those settings. This doesn't have the granular stuff that I think a lot of people are going to want, unfortunately, because I think a lot of people are like me. They want. There's always that thing they want that is not there, and that's why I found Voice Live 3 Extreme has most of that stuff. It's still missing some stuff. Like we need something that's truly programmable. Someone said the bigger one. Yeah, the bigger one has more foot switches, more effect. It has effects. It has dedicated inputs. It has way more control. But this is meant to be a 2-button looper. Let's not forget that, right? I don't want to ask too much of this thing. I'll tell you what it is. I'll be honest. It's really well made. It's really fun. I really mean that. This is a fun pedal. If you want to get into looping and you want something really sturdy and fun, then get this. But only time will tell through firmware updates if this thing can actually be a true contender. But yeah, I don't know if I'm missing something, but if you check it out, if I clear both of these slots right now, so I've got 2 tracks, right? So to change between A and B, you double. That's what I did earlier, right? So to change between A and B, you just double tap. So now it's on B, and now it's on A. Hang on. So that's how you choose the A or B. Just double tap. I like that. That's pretty cool. Be better with an external foot switch, but there we go. It's pretty cool. And then you can obviously record. The only reason I ever use a 2-track looper over just having 1 track is to do drum stuff. And I actually rarely do it anyway, so I don't know why I'm even that worried about it, but I like to do something like this. Because you can just record 1 bar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So 1 bar, right? But then when you jump over to your other track, so now I'm on A. It quickly records there. There's no way around that. You have to double tap to get back again. And obviously, well, maybe it doesn't. Maybe it's smart enough to know that nothing's happening at that point in time. Let's try that. You see, I made a mistake there on A, and I couldn't just hold it down to delete it. I could only undo it, so I got stuck. This is the kind of stuff that I'm talking about here. Let me do that again. See, I don't want this to ever happen at a gig. So hold down to clear, and again, it'd be better to use an external foot switch to have 1 press to clear rather than hold down, because all that while you're holding down for 3 seconds is time that is adding up, And let me be clear. I just got this thing. You have to practice with any looper. You have to practice with it. You can't just buy a looper and go. So don't say it's the looper's fault. It's not. It's they're dealing with the limitations of having 2 foot switches, and you have to learn the the things around that, right? So that recorded the drum loop. I bring my volume down again. Double press the left foot switch to get back to track A. I hate double taps too, but it actually works well in this instance because all we're doing is selecting things. We're not actually stopping it. We're just moving back to channel A again, track A. So the great thing now is I can record as long as I want in multiples of that loop, that drum loop. The problem is with a single track looper, think about it, you couldn't do that. You'd have to record your chord progression and then drum over the whole thing. So if your chord progression was 45 seconds, then you've got to do an overdub for 45 seconds of drumming. That sucks. So with a looper like this, you can simply do a 1 bar loop and then play over it, and then it will, even though the other loop is longer, it will keep, it will still work. I don't know, it's hard to explain if you have never tried what I'm talking about, but that's why I solely use two tracks on a looper. So now I can play everything. But here's my question: when I wanna, that's my verse, right? What about when I get to the chorus? How do I stop that and then have the drum still going? If I press stop, everything stops. Well, no, the point of a two-track looper. The point of it is that I can stop the first progression and play a different progression over the chorus. So I don't really understand that. Am I missing something? I don't know. So again, now I've got both tracks. How do I just stop track A with this? I don't think I can. No, that's, I don't know. I can't figure that out. So for that, I would need to have another MIDI controller. You got it. There's one called, hey Rosanna, there's one called multi. So that was sync. Everything's in sync. This is multi. I think you got it. Thank you. So that's good. I was really concerned about that. So I'll record that again. No, that didn't work. Let me try recording the beat on track A and not track B. It must be this one. Now I'm on track B. No, it doesn't work. It doesn't work how I want it to. I want to record, like I just did, record the 1 bar of drums, play the chords for 8 bars of the drums, and then simply stop the chord progression and play a new chord progression and then re-trigger it when I come back to the verse. It doesn't work like that. Anyway, I don't want to spend too long on that. I'll show you some of the effects. Yeah, Matt Clark, if you look at the user guide for the MIDI commands, maybe you can tell me, I bet in there it says, like, if you connect a 2-button foot switch, you can add that functionality. But just bear in mind, you're going to have to add the 2-button foot switch, that's all. So, I don't know why they can't do it. I don't understand why you can't do it like this. Why can't you? There must be a reason. If there was an option somehow to press the stop and it stops just that loop instead of both of the loops. Yeah, you're right. It's all limitations of having 2 foot switches. It does make sense that you need another 2-button foot switch to stop loops independently. But the problem is, I want the 2-button foot switch to go up and down through the presets. So then that's not going to work for everything. Not enough buttons. So really, with this one, you're going to need to add something like an MC6 Pro MIDI controller to really get into that stuff. That's why I'm saying this one is really for basic looping, unlike the big one. Hey Lee, what's up? So this is the reverse effect. I'll just show you how this works. Hey Matt, I've got the Morningstar MC6 Pro. That's a fantastic pedal. So that with this would be really, really powerful, as long as they have all those options in the MIDI commands to do that. So that's your reverse effect, and you can have that on the encoder to press to go into reverse. It's cool, but when do you ever use that? Can someone tell me when you use that? I like there's not that many effects. There's reverse, there's fade. I really like, actually on the fade you can change the length of the fade out or fade in, so that's cool. I didn't see that before, so. So you can set that time. So that's one thing I don't have on my Voice Live 3 Extreme. I really like that. Because even if you want to just fade it out rather than just stop it abruptly, it's really nice. So say you're just like at the end of a song and you're jamming over that. And then fade it out. Yeah, that's really cool. So again, you know, this does the basics really well and it's really fun, but I don't know. Let me know in the comments, in the chat and in the comments later on. Are there enough features on here? Again, make sure you hold down that button to clear it and get back to ready. There we go. Yeah. I mean, this would not replace my Voice Live 3 Extreme. It does have those it has the fade out, and the reverse, which my Voice Live 3 Extreme doesn't have. And it has the nice buttons, but I gotta say, playing in socks, the buttons are wonderful. You're right, the Voice Live 3 Extreme buttons will hurt my feet. But I don't play gigs in socks. I play gigs with shoes on, so that doesn't bother me at all, right? Billy G, do you notice the light was going reverse too? Yeah, I did. And the light is cool. I don't find the light that useful. I find the screen more useful because the screen actually tells you, shows you a picture of where you are. The light actually distracts me a little bit, I think. Like I'm recording this now, and that light spinning at that tempo kind of puts me off in a way. Like I'm recording this now, and that light spinning at that tempo, it's not in time, right? Kind of puts me off in a way. I really like the bar at the bottom on the screen that when it's playing, it shows you where you are in the loop. I love that. The actual circle light, if anything, right now is slightly distracting me, I think. Yeah, Billy, I don't see that light isn't... You think now it'll be in time, right? It's not, it's just spinning around. It's just saying, hey, the loop's playing. But it doesn't help me in any way at all. The play on the screen is... I'd rather they made the screen bigger, because that's really useful. That's really cool. That's... The spinny thing doesn't really do much for me. It's not a silly little moment. Not a storm before the calm. It's not a deep and dying breath of the love we're working on. I seem to hold you like I want to. Oh, I can feel you in my arms. Nobody gonna come and save you. You pulled so many phones for long. We going down. You can see it too. Going down, and you know that we don't, my dear. We're slow dancing in the burning room. You were the one I always dreamed of. You were the one that tried to draw. How dare you say it's nothing to me? You're the only light I ever saw, the light I ever saw. I made the most of all the sadness. You'll be a witch because you can. Try to hit me just to hurt me. Now you're leaving feeling dirty. You don't understand. We're going down. You can see it too. We're going down, and you know that we're gone, my dear. We're slow dancing in a burning room. Go cry about it, why don't you? Go cry about it, why don't you? Go cry. My dear, we're we're slow dancing in a burning room. Don't you think we ought to know by now? Think you ought to know by now? Don't you think you ought to know by now? My dear, we're slow dancing in a burning room. I love that fade out. Now I want that fade out on my pedal. That's. I mean, I'm not going to use it every time, but that was really nice to go. Normally I would do stuff like this. So normally I play the riff. And then have to strum. And then stop it on like. Which is fine, but it's nowhere near as smooth. Because even having that fade out just quickly, rather than just stopping, because you've got to stop it exactly so you don't hear me stopping it. But I really like the way the long fade out that I've saved here. That's really nice, the way it just goes out behind it. That's really cool. So the thing is, that fade out, I think, is on the RC500, right? So I'm still leaning towards... the RC500 is a much older product. They've had more time to add firmware. They've had 4 or 5 firmware updates. They haven't added many features, but out of the gate, it had way more features. I'd much rather use this though, because this is so much more fun to use and the screen is so nice having a color screen. I think what you're saying is absolutely right. I actually think that circle is a problem. Because it's a bright, I mean, if you're in, check this out. Let me turn out those lights. Yeah, so you can't see it, but like if you're on a dark stage, it's not a problem, but that's the LED on that light is drawing my eye away from the screen, and the screen should be everything. I think they should have not had the light unless it's going to follow the time of the loop, and they should have made the screen even bigger because the screen is really nice. But my eye is going to the circle, and the circle isn't actually doing anything. It does show you when you're recording, like right now it's green, but the screen is green anyway, so you don't really need that. Yeah, so that's good to know. It's good to know that doesn't actually. We might be wrong. It might be there for some reason. I don't know, but normally, like on the boss stuff, you'd go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and then the circle would match the bar, but it doesn't. 4, 1, 2. Right, the circle. And by the way, it's nice having the mic plugged in as well, although I do on the Voice Live 3. Yeah, it's not recalibrating itself to sync to what I'm doing. That would be cool, because then you know why that's cool? Because then if you stop the loop, it can still keep going and you can see when to come back in again, right? So for example, right? So if that was now in time with the beat, which is not, when I hit stop, my screen goes blank. But if that thing was still spinning, let's see if it's in time. I'll come in according to the way that's pulsing now. It's actually pulsing. Oh, maybe it is. Let's see. Maybe it is. No, that must be a coincidence. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. No, it's pulsing the same. That was just a coincidence just then. One, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. No, that makes no sense. One, two, three, four, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm trying to figure out, because that's not, if that was flashing at that speed, then you'd be able to look down and think, okay, I'll come back in, because there's no click track, right? But it's not, it's just glowing as far as I can see. And it's glowing so slow, you'd never be able to figure out where the beats are anyway, right? So that's what should happen with that. I don't know if they're going to add that or not. I do have the latest firmware as well. So that's what should happen. If you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so it's not in sync. The bar is in sync. 1, 2. When you stop, that should still be going. That should be flashing now. And then I can look down. And I can come back on the beat. That would be amazing, because I've got no click track, right? That's the problem, no click track. So that would be amazing if they all these firmware ideas we have for these products on these day one releases. Like if that was flashing when you stop, if it was rotating in time when you're playing, and when you hit stop, it still flashes or rotates in time. Then you know when to come back in on the beat. That would be amazing. That would be almost worth it alone, for that feature alone. And isn't that how the boss works? It makes so much sense. Here's something fun that I like to do on the satin finish. I haven't used the 600 lately. I should really do a looper comparison with the 600, this, and the TC. The 600 screen puts me off. Like, this is way more simple, but the screen is so much better. It makes no sense on the 600 to have that little tiny screen. Fly me to the moon, let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. Now I do want more reverb. See, this is the instance when you want to have control over the amount of reverb that you have. Fly me to the moon, let me play among the stars, let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, all I am. In other words, darling, kiss me. Fill my heart with song, let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. Oh, in other words, I love you. Oh, in other words, I love you. All right, let's read some comments. I think I've covered everything. I mean, I updated it. I went through it. I'll give you a quick overview of what happened today. I got it just a few hours ago from Sweetwater. Very fast shipping, well packaged. There is no case. People are asking if there's a case. There's no case in the box. There's no power supply in the box. I think it should come with a power supply myself. It runs off batteries for 6 hours, which is great though. But I do think it should come with a power supply personally. And the case is nice, but it's not available yet. I guess it will be coming soon. So once you get the case and the power supply, you're kind of up to $400 for this thing. People are saying they're not going to switch from the Boss stuff. Honestly, this doesn't compete with the Boss stuff. I don't mean in quality. I mean the Boss pedals are just more in the middle. I mean, this is £3 and fairly compact, and it's fairly compact pedal. But the full-size version of this is £16, and the RC600 is only like £5 or something. It's way smaller, way smaller. So if you want a small footprint multi-track looper, there's no comparison. You're going to stick with the RC600. I won't even bother looking at these. If you're new, I say this is amazing, this one, if you're new to looping, you want to get into looping and have a fun time. I do think there's firmware updates to be done. Are they going to do them? We don't know. Some people are disappointed with the way that they feel the older Headrush looper was abandoned. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know if that is now end of life or not. You know, this always happens when a new product comes out. We get disappointed that the old one is no longer the current one. And by the way, Sam, I'm direct. This is directly in. So I get it. But I still think they didn't make something like this before. If you're new to looping, I would recommend this. If you need more functionality today, I'd get the Boss RC500. If you need multi-track looping, I'd love to try the big one of these, but it's way out of my budget, $1,300. It's massive. I can't take it with me on the subway. The 600 is much more appealing. I do have a 600. I will check it out one day, but it's just so complicated. You got to spend so much time with that. The big Sheeran X looper has the touch screen, and that's a real great thing. But you know, why doesn't someone make a medium-sized looper like this with the lovely screen and the lovely buttons? Maybe something like this with maybe force foot switches and an optional add-on pedal for when you need those extra tracks that you could buy separately, and control it all from an iPad or phone here on the mic stand. So I can just literally say, right, on this one I want this loop, and on this one I want this effect, and you just do it from here. Like having to bend down to change settings on this. I mean, who's going to do that? Who wants to do that at a gig? You know, you're at a gig, you're trying to be cool. Hey everyone, my name's Aaron. Make sure you tip me, please. I'm going to play all your favorite songs tonight. Oh, 1 second. I just got to change the mode. Hang on. Okay, I'm ready. Oh no, hang on. I forgot to change the bank to this. Hang on 1 second. You know, okay, you can add a MIDI pedal. You're gonna have to. So then factor in the price of a MIDI pedal. And you know, I'm not complaining about that because the Morningstar MC6 Pro is a fantastic pedal that works with loads of stuff. I think everyone should own one anyway because you can control Ecamm like this live stream. I could be controlling it with it now. You can control your loopers. You can control your Helix, your Quad Cortex. Everyone should have a Morningstar MCX. I'm not affiliated with them in any way. I really like their products. MC6 Pro Morningstar. Everyone should own one. And if you add that to this, it'll make this very powerful. So that's a great way to go. The 600 will still be more powerful. And to further my point, why doesn't someone just make a medium-sized, fairly lightweight pedal with nice foot switches that can be extended upon with optional foot switches that you can add on, and it has all this stuff, and you can program it exactly what you want from the tablet. I think that's got to be the way forward. Some people are doing that now with apps, but I don't want to deal with those because they can crash, and this hasn't crashed on me. So Billy uses the RC202 on a mic stand mount with a foot switch. There you go. You see that? I think no one's doing that. I don't particularly want a huge controller here, but I have my phone here anyway for lyrics. So let me do my settings from the phone, right? ToneMaster Pro is a great screen configuration and use the physical space efficiently. I agree, and the foot switches have the labels, which I love, but that touchscreen, again, is on the floor. It needs to be on the mic stand to make changes with your hand. I don't want to be bending down during the gig. I almost don't want a screen on the pedal at all. It's good on a looper, because like it says ready, because it sucks with a looper when you go to record and you play something, because you don't know, you can't tell if it's got a loop there or not. So the fact it's green and says ready is awesome. I know I messed up at the start of the stream. Morningstar MC6 Pro also did it, yeah. I just lost my, oh, it's back. Yeah, Morningstar also did it with the screen. The screen, you see, all we need for any of this guitar stuff is a pedal on the, like a lightweight controller that we can program exactly how we want it for our performances, that's powered by some kind of brain on the mic stand. That could be an app, but apps do crash, but maybe some kind of hardware screen on here, and you do it all from that, and then you just use that as a foot switch. Because what's the most important thing with a looper? The foot switches, because that's where you're doing that's where you're controlling in your loop, right? Very important, clearly. So they nailed it with these foot switches, but the control aspect I still want to have on the mic stand. So it'd be cool, like an iPad or a phone app that's not actually powering it, but is, you know, the power of the chips are in the pedal, but you can control it from the app, like some kind of remote control. That would be really cool. All right, cool. So let me know if you've got any last questions. If you're new here, please subscribe and ring the bell. This is just the first impressions. I do think it's really cool. It's fun. Do I need it? No, because it won't replace the Voice Live 3 Extreme. I might go live next week. Actually, I might even go live tomorrow with it because I've got the room set up. I might go live tomorrow with the Voice Live 3 Extreme to show you what I can do with that. In fact, I'm not going to promise, but subscribe, ring the bell. I might go live tomorrow afternoon for an hour and do some songs with the Voice Live 3 Extreme, just to show you what that can do in comparison to this, for those that are interested. They're not available right now, but I hear they'll be back on the market, I think, in a few months' time. So, you know, yeah, you can't buy them exactly. It's a problem, right? But once again, no piece of gear is perfect. We have to get what we can get. We have to use things the best way we can. I have enjoyed playing today. I've had to go out into the Quad Cortex for the reverb and some EQ. But good product. Yeah, I think it's a good product. I want to see firmware updates like I do with everything else, but even if there was no firmware tomorrow, it's a fun, good looper. Those foot switches are really, really cool. They really made a great move with them. Because because I'm playing in socks right now, and I can still. If they're so nice to use, I don't want to do that with the other kind of buttons. I have to wear shoes. Well, it helps to wear shoes. People will say you can use button toppers. Yeah, you can, but you know. So I think it's cool. We need, once again, as always, we need to see what happens with the firmware. Will they improve it? How involved are they going to be with this thing? But I think it's off to a great start. And if you get one, let me know in the comments if you like it. What do you think they need to add? And hopefully they'll add those things. I'm going to play a song to finish. I'm trying to decide what to play. So I want something with a loop. So I try some beatboxing. I never do that, by the way. So I'm going to do it because I never do it. Who here does beatboxing? Let me know in the chat. Dunk, dunk. I'll try that. Nothing advanced, all right? Because don't forget, we are recording the voice, and this is something that I like to do at my shows. Good evening, everyone. I know some people use looper pedals and backing tracks. Just so you know, this is completely live today. Everything you're seeing is completely live, all right? There's no weird trickery going on today at all. So, thank you very much. Oh, I pressed the wrong button. This is what I like doing here. Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for listening. Just so you know, everything here was live today. No trickery. I know some people like to use these backing tracks and loop pedals. Nothing like that happened today. Hi everyone, thanks so much for listening. Just so you know, everything here was live today. No trickery. I know some people like to use these backing tracks and loop pedals. Nothing like that happened. Hi everyone, thanks so much for listening. Just so you know, everything here was live today. And because this could be even better, because you could have the reverse. So check this out. Hi everyone, thanks so much for listening. Just so you know, everything here was completely live, no weird trickery going on. Hi everyone, thanks so much for listening. It's just me, everything here was completely live, no weird. Hang on. Hi everyone, thanks so much for listening. Just so you know, everything here was completely live, no weird. Hi everyone, thanks so much for listening. Just so you know, I didn't do it. Anyway. Shorty get down, good Lord. Baby got 'em open all over town. Strictly bitch, you don't play around. Cover much ground, got the game by the pound. Getting paid is a forte, each and every day. True play away, I can't get her out of my mind. Wow, think about the girl all the time. Wow, wow. East side to the west side, pushing fat rides. It's no surprise, she got tricks in the stash, stacking up the cash, fast when it comes to the gas. By no means average, she's on and she's got to have it. Baby, you're a perfect 10, I wanna get in. Can I get down so I can win? I like the way you work it, like to bag it up. I like the way you work it, like the way you work it. I like the way you work it. Hey yo, 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 hey yo. Like the way you work it. Like to bag it up, like the way you work it. Like the way you work it. I like the way you work it. Actually, I think you faded out the overdub. That was really nice as well. Again, I'm going to miss that tonight because I don't have that on my looper. So there are some things here I really, really like. Also, you can't disable the fact that your voice is being recorded. On my pedal, I can hold, on my Voice Live 3 Extreme, I can hold down a button and say, don't record the voice. So I can actually be playing guitar and singing, and it's only recording the guitar, and then I can switch it back to only record the voice. On this thing, you're always going to be recording the voice and the guitar, right? Whoops. Ba-da, ba-da, la, 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 la. Ed Sheeran. It's Sheeran. So I really like it. First impressions, I really like it. I think you're off to a great start. If you're looking for a 2-button looper, this Looper Plus should be on your consideration list for sure. It's fun. It really is fun. It's fun. It works great. Will it replace my gigging rig? No, because my gigging rig is way too embedded into what I do for this to replace it. It does have a couple of things that my rig doesn't do, which I'm jealous of, but also, of course, this isn't meant to replace a bigger pedal. This is a 2-button looper. If you want to replace the bigger units, you need to get the X, and the X looper. It's just, you've got to be okay then with the size of it. So it's a massive unit, and you still may need to add more stuff to it as well. I think for me, the star of the show for today is this guitar. This is my Cole Clark. I haven't shown it to you yet. This is the one that was in the video recently. I absolutely love it. Don't forget, what you're hearing today is this guitar direct. You're hearing it direct, all right? There's no speaker. I'm not miking up the speaker. I'm not miking up the guitar. I'm only adding reverb and 1 EQ notch. So you are hearing this guitar direct through my interface into your whatever you're using. So listen, do me a favor, listen later with headphones to this. I love it. Yeah. And this is no EQ. No, sorry, this is no reverb. This is just one notch of EQ on the 2K. And you're not hearing the electric pickup that I haven't got that plugged in today. I could have done, but I stupidly didn't plug that in. So you're just hearing the acoustic side, which is all this body sound. Again, this is just a guitar you're hearing. This mic isn't picking up anything in the room, just my voice. It's a dynamic microphone. So everything that you hear is from the pickup system. So I'm absolutely in love with this guitar right now. Cole Clark, Angel 2. This is the humbucker version. Next time I play, I will plug in the humbucker as well, so you can hear that. Not sure when that will be, so do me a favor. If you're new here, subscribe, ring the bell. If you haven't subscribed and rung the bell, please make sure you do that, because I sometimes do these random live streams, and I might start doing more of them. I will do one. I want to go live with my actual rig. People want to know what I'm actually using at my gigs. So I'm going to do that in the coming days or weeks, so stay tuned for that. Today, though, this is the Sheeran looper. Will I keep it? I need to think about it. I do need to keep a looper here for gear demos. Right now, I'm using the Ditto, because I can also take it out if I ever taught a lesson, which I'm not doing right now, but I could always use it for that or as a backup, but I never do that. This is more fun than the Ditto X2. I think this might replace my Ditto X2 as my looper. I always need to like plug something in and just play something, so I could even record some loops on here. See, right now I can save this as well, which is really nice. So I could actually store a few guitars, save it on here, and then if I'm ever doing a demo late at night, I can just play the loop back rather than play the guitar, because the neighbors get annoyed, right? So I think I'm going to keep it, and I didn't think I didn't know if I was so worried there'd be a load of problems with this thing. But I think I'm going to keep it. I think I really like it. But let me be clear, it will not replace the Voice Live 3 Extreme. Neither is it really aiming to do that or advertising that it will. But they have done a great thing. But once again, as we always get frustrated with, it needs firmware updates, ideally. Are they going to do them? Let's wait and see. If they do, I'll definitely report on it. Thank you, Dale. Thanks, everyone. Don't forget, I go live Mondays, 4 p.m. EST. We can talk about it more then. And subscribe, ring that bell. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.
I'm not lost, but